Whiskey. Please drink responsibly.
Pardon the interruption, but I'm Mike Wilbon. Tony, the Wall Street Journal reports that executives are getting frustrated with workers who check their phones during meetings.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
Pay attention.
Have you ever seen the cats videos? They're very funny.
No,
have you ever seen those?
I've not.
Very funny.
I don't want to see a video. I just would fire everybody under 50. Because all they do, they got to walk across the street checking their phones. You know what I want to do? You know what I want to do?
No, but tell the world what you want to do. You want to run them over as they cross the street? Is that what you're going to say? Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. I'm with a maniac. In today's episode, the Mavericks fire Nico. LSU contends it has not fired Brian Kelly.
Oh, please.
And Jeff Saturday joins us for 5 good minutes. But we begin today with last night's Monday night game, which was a snoozer. There was no score at all in the first half. Ultimately, Philadelphia beat Green Bay 10-7 in what would charitably be called a defensive struggle. The Packers have now lost 2 straight games in Lambeau.
Good.
The Eagles have won 3 in a row. Wilbon, what does this result say to you about each team?
It says it about not just the teams, but the whole league. We can start with the teams. There are no great teams.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles may become great again, and this sort of, validate by repeating as champions of the league, but there's no great team in the league. People wanted to tell us that Buffalo was great. No, Buffalo's not great. Detroit looks good again.
But what if they run the table?
Run the table, then we'll get to that point where they run the table. Thank you for introducing that today. But the Packers are weird.
Yeah.
And we can stop with the love is MVP nonsense.
No.
We can stop with that.
No.
And so the Packers, they have a pretty good damn defense, though.
Yes, they do.
They can stop you, but they can't score, which is weird for a Green Bay team. Now, I know they've lost their tight end, who was the second most important player offensively, Kraft, on that squad. But, Tony, you look at these two, and they look like the rest of the league, which is some Sundays or Mondays, they're capable, some they're not.
I'm going to go from the macro to the micro here, and I'm going to start with Green Bay. Green Bay has scored in the last 2 games a total of 20 points.
Yes.
They have just 2 touchdowns produced in their last 17 possessions, right? These games were both in Lambeau, which is one of the great advantages in the entire league.
Maybe the best home field.
So I think, thank you for mentioning Jordan Love, I think we need to look at Jordan Love. Because Jordan Love in those 2 games has no touchdown passes and 1 interception. And he seems to be, this is his 3rd year of starting every game, and he seems to be just sort of spinning in place. They traded up to draft him, and they thought that he would be in the company of Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. And so far, he is not. He's 1-2 in the playoffs, including a 3-pick, no touchdown game against these same Eagles last year. You mentioned their defense, and their defense has allowed in their 3 losses just 39 points.
Yeah.
Just 39. 13 to Cleveland, 17 to Carolina, and 10. They should have won all 3 of those games. And they, like when Jordan Love looks pretty good, he looks like an above-average quarterback, but he doesn't look special. It's hard to be a special quarterback.
Well, even if 5-1-1, you're looking at it thinking, okay, this is where the Packers are supposed to be. But now, how about this? This makes me, made me so happy about last night's loss.
Well, you're happy
the
when the Packers lose.
You know where the Packers are in the NFC Central standings?
Are they behind Chicago at this point?
Yeah. At
But
5-3-1.
Give me
they're
20
happy
seconds
and
on
behind.
Philadelphia, because Philadelphia is fine. Philadelphia is a dependable team. They're not a flashy team. They are a pretty
Not
much
great yet.
No, I'm not saying they're great.
Okay.
I'm not saying they're great. I'm saying they are dependable, and they don't turn the ball over. Only 4 turnovers all year. That's the best in the league. And so down the road, that has to help you.
You can go through the season like this if nobody else is great.
Can you just tell me one thing?
What's that?
What was Sirianni doing going fourth and 6
down
on
and not punting the ball, not giving
with a
yourself
small
an extra few
lead?
seconds and
What?
yards? But he'll double down. That's what coaches
Doesn't it
do
seem
now.
insane?
They double down.
Seem insane.
Say they were right. Absolutely.
Seemed insane to me.
The Dallas Mavericks. Here we go.
Thank you.
Finally made the move that Tony's been predicting, obsessing over since February, firing general manager Nico Harrison. Fan chants of fire Nico, you can hear them. They rained down last night in a loss to Milwaukee, in which the Mavericks blew a 13-point lead to fall to 3-8. Their worst start in 7 years. Tone, you said Harrison's trade of Luka. should lead to his firing.
Yes.
It has now. Is it justified? I'm sure you'll say it is.
It is, yeah.
But how do you feel about the timing?
Well, let me get to the justification.
Okay.
Is it justified? It should have happened a long time ago. It's late. Okay, that's the worst trade I have ever seen in my life.
There are many who would concur.
Just a terrible, terrible trade. And by the way, where have you ever seen a hometown crowd chant for the firing of a GM? Like, they don't even know the names of GMs most of the time.
Yeah, this is bad.
That is amazing. That's an amazing
the
thing.
home games are depressing. If you talk to people who were there in Dallas, they come away thinking, oh my God, this was unpleasant. That's how bad it is.
So let me go to the trade again. So he trades Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis. Luka Doncic, a great player and a fan favorite, right? Anthony Davis gets hurt all the time, and his derisive nickname is Street Clothes. Okay, and so now Luka's team, without LeBron playing a minute, is 8-3, and that's pretty much all Luka. And Dallas's team is 3-8. They're 3-8 at the moment. And the worst part for Dallas, for ownership, is that people have stopped going. They're being hurt in the pocketbook. So they had to do this, and they should have done this before.
I feel bad because the trade is not a trade that any of us, it seems, would have made. I don't get to know Nico a little bit. Nico Harrison didn't do this by himself. And I'm not going to sit here and act like he did it by himself.
The owner has to agree.
Because I know better.
The owner
didn't just agree. The owner was involved, okay? That's what I'm told, and I know, and I'll bet on that every day.
But he's not going to fire himself.
No, he's not going to fire himself.
No.
And so Nico has to take accountability. I'm not saying he shouldn't.
That's right.
And the home games, I've started to watch Dallas because I thought if Anthony Davis was out there, God help me, if Cooper Flagg was great away as the number one choice, and he isn't.
Not yet.
And this notion of him playing point guard, Jason Kidd, a great coach, I don't know what the hell that's about. Because he ain't a point guard, and he ain't going to never be a point guard
and
ever.
Kyrie Irving,
okay,
not playing.
Kyrie's hurt and not there. And all those players on that team, P.J. Washington, Derek Lively, they're all dependent on a playmaking guard, and that ain't Cooper Flagg.
They had one.
So it's doomed.
They had two.
They had two.
They had two. Now they have
none.
Now they have none. And that trade hangs over that team and that building like a curtain.
It does.
It's terrible.
It does. I just don't want to hear Nico being here. Where's the owner? Where's he? Take some accountability.
I'll tell you
You're
where
the billionaire.
I'll tell you where the owner
billionaire bully. Take some blame.
The owner is the guy who just fired.
And he's hiding
Nico.
behind Nico.
Let's stick with the topic of famous guy firings. We all thought LSU fired Brian Kelly 2 weeks ago and had to pay him the entire compensation package, which was a low $54 million. Now LSU is taking the position that Kelly wasn't actually formally.